What's going on, guys? I just got back from my first road trip in the Honda Prologue. I went from San Diego to Las Vegas and then back. And in this video, I'm going to be going over EV planning, how I actually routed my trip with the charging stations, how all the charging stations work, how easy everything is, and just my overall thoughts of doing a road trip in an EV and specifically in the Honda Prologue. So let's go ahead and get started. So when it comes to EV planning, at least for my first trip, my philosophy is going to be use the car, then go on apps, then look for backups. So we're gonna map it out in the car using Google Maps built into the car, so it's gonna read data from the car. Then we're going to use something like Plugshare, which is an app that shows charging stations. Maybe we find a better charging station than what Google gives us. And then we're also gonna look for backups if there's a problem with that charging station or it's busy or something like that. Before you do this planning, you are going to want to charge your car to almost 100% because Google Maps is going to read data from the car to give you your EV charging stops based on your battery level that you see here. So at least the night before, when you're doing your planning, or when you're doing your planning maybe a week before, you want to charge the car almost to 100%. Now going into Google Maps, we want to put in our destination, which should be saved. And again, you can send this to the car with the Honda Link app. Here's my destination in Vegas that I'm going to, and it says 5 hours in, 6 hours and 10 minutes. And then you can set your percent after charging. When I get there, I want to have at least 50% because I'm going to be doing a lot of driving around in Vegas and I have meetings and I don't want to have to worry about charging while I'm necessarily in Vegas. So percent after charging, I want to put this to 50%. Okay, so it's showing me my first charging stop. It says 3 charging stops. So my first charging stop is going to be the EVgo in Victorville, as you can see right here. And then after that, it's showing me Electrify America in Baker, and then a Shell Recharge in Vegas. The last one I really don't have to worry about because I'm going to be in Vegas and there's going to be a ton of chargers within Vegas. But the two that I'm really worried about is Victorville and Baker. So what I want to do is I want to write down the locations of the EVgo charging station in Victorville and the Electrify America in Baker, and then we'll move into Plugshare. Now moving into Plugshare, I'm using it here on my computer, but you can also use their mobile app and it works just the same. This essentially is a massive listing of all available EV chargers with a ton of more information, which I will show you. Now, the first thing I did was set my power range. So you can go into the filters and change a bunch of stuff. I have my kilowatt range set to 50 kilowatts to 350 plus because I only want fast chargers. I don't want to be sitting charging for hours. I want to be sitting and charging for 20 to 30 minutes max. I also set my station count to 2 plus. Well, that means it has at least two available plugs, because if it's only one, then somebody might be there. Then you can select amenities and things like that. But I also have hide restricted access. So I don't want a charger that's like at an apartment complex or something like that. And I'm also hiding Tesla only locations because I don't have a Tesla and I don't have an adapter for the Prologue to use Tesla charging. So that's what we've done in the filters here. And what I'm going to do up top is I'm going to put in Victorville, USA, because that's where that EVgo charging station is. It brings me into Victorville here, and here's all of the charging stations. Now, the charging station that Google Maps wanted me to go to is this EVgo right here at the Mall of Victor Valley. Now, this has the CCS1, that's the ones that I'm going to be looking at here. It has a 50 kilowatt, two 50 kilowatt chargers right there. Now, they're only 50 kilowatt, which isn't incredibly fast, so we might want to choose a different station. So there's another EVgo, or is that a charge point? Let's see. I thought there was another EVgo here. Maybe not. EV Connect, Circle K, charge point. So there is not another EVgo, I guess. So wait, what's this? That's a Circle K. So let's look at this Circle K. So looking at this Circle K here, the Circle K has 3 CCS1 plugs, 2 are in use and 1 is available, and they're 180 kilowatts. So that's a lot. So I definitely like having a faster charger than 50 kilowatts. This definitely might be one that I might choose. This is the charge point. The charge point has oh, these are slow. So, oh, not that slow, but 62 kilowatts. So I think I'm going to go for this one right here. I'm probably going to go for the Circle K at 180 kilowatts. It's also at a Circle K. So I know I can stop and get some snacks because I'm going to be driving. So, and we can get some pictures and we can see. So I think this is going to be my charger in Victorville. Now, as a backup, I can always go back to the EVgo if the Circle K is filled. I can also, there's a charge point here as well, and that has 62 kilowatts. There's the charge point or the EV Connect. I've never used EV Connect, but the EV Connect has 120 kilowatts. So I think if the Circle K doesn't work, I'll go to the EV Connect. So Circle K is going to be my charger here in Victorville. The next place we want to go to is Baker. So we're going to put in Baker. And in Baker, California, this is like a huge EV charging place. There are a handful. So we have the Ultra Gas and Mart, which is Electrify America. And this thing is massive. I already looked this up. Like, this is a huge charging station, and they have very fast chargers. So they have 350 kilowatt chargers, CCS ones. So that is a solid choice. The next one is EVgo. EVgo is 50 to 350. That's possible. Now it says 2 in use, 3 unavailable, 2 in use, 3 unavailable. So these are also fast chargers, but we can also look at reviews. All of the chargers were off. That's on December 23rd, and I'm leaving January 5th. So not sure. And it has a 5.3. This has a 10. So I might go to the Ultra Gas Mart to see this last one. This is the charge point. The charge point has only 62 kilowatts. So I'm going to be between the Ultra Gas Mart, which is Electrify America. Even though I have EVgo credits, I'll probably still end up going here just so I don't have to wait as long. So this is the Ultra Gas Mart. And if we look, it's by like a Dairy Queen grill and chill, which is good. So I can get some food while I'm charging. Perfect. So this is going to be good. Worst case scenario, I go to the EVgo. Even worst case, I'd go to the charge point. So I have the chargers that I want. When I get into Vegas, I don't think it really matters because I can find a charger pretty easily. So I have these mapped out. Now, if you also want to use a better route planner, that's another way to do this. Just to show you, again, they have a mobile app, but I'll go to their website. So we go to a better route planner, and I already kind of put this in, but I'll restart this. And you can do the same thing. So we'll put to my location. Here we go, my location, and to where I'm going in Vegas, and hit plan. I also added my Honda Prologue in here at 100% charge. Destination arrival SOC is 30%. We'll just leave that there just to show you this real quick. It also will plan the route for you, much like Google Maps did, and it will show you where you need to charge. So this is showing me Electrify America right below Victorville for charging for 20 minutes, and I would get there with 13% charge. And then again in Electrify America at Baker, so that's the one that I had already chose, I would charge from 10 to 82% for 33 minutes. That's pretty much the same thing I was going to be doing. Now, one thing I noticed about this, because I've already done this, is that you can change the station. So if I change the station, if I want to replace this charger, say with that Circle K, which is up the street, with this one. So if I want to change the Circle K, I just hit change to, go back, hit plan again. And it adds the Circle K in here, but it has me charging there to almost 100% for 44 minutes. Obviously, I don't want to do that. But you can't change this in here. I don't know if you need like a premium membership, but you can't do it. So I'm not really going to use a better route planner, but this just gives you an idea of how you would plan your route, either with ChargePoint and Google Maps or a better route planner. All right, so we're back in the car and we're going to put in the address again, but remember, we know our charging stations now. So we're going to put in, it's already saved, and it's going to give us our route here. And we want to, again, change this to at least 50% after charging, hit done. And it says 3 charging stops. Of course, the 2 that we want to change is the one in Victorville. So we go to it, we click on that, and we go to, I think we have to hit routes.
Head northwest, then turn right.
And then when we do that and we go into our charging stop, we click replace. So now we want to replace this one with the Circle K, which was this one, Circle K, and hit select stop. The next one is the Electrify in America in Baker, so we are going to be good. And it looks like we're all good. Now, one thing you do want to do is you always want to use, at least in the Prologue, you always want to use Google instead of like Apple Maps, because it will precondition your battery if you put a charging stop in the GPS here. So that's why you want to use Google Maps. I'm not the biggest fan of Google Maps, but I'm going to use it so my battery is preconditioned so I get the fastest charge at these fast chargers. One last thing before you start your trip is that you want to have all of your EV charging apps all downloaded and set up on your phone. So when you go to the EV charger, it's just pretty much a seamless process. So I've made it here to the Circle K charging, and it actually shows up on the map and it says charge to at least 71%. So I'm at 20% right now. So we're gonna charge to 71. So what you wanna do in the Prologue is go to home, go to charging, and next charge, we wanna set this to, I think we can only do 70, so we'll do 75. So we're gonna set it to charge to 75, and let's go see what this charger is all about. All right, so we're here at the charger, and this is O2. So in the app, hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know if you can, but in the app, I just select O2. I select CCS and connect and swipe. So start or swipe. And it says waiting for a response. Connect the cable now. So let's go ahead and connect the cable. So that process was pretty simple. I did everything on the app, connected the cable, and we are good to go. So it looks like we're getting 117, 118 kilowatts. This is supposed to be 180, which means it's gonna take a little bit longer to charge. If I turn the car off, ready in 35 minutes. So not horrible. So I ate some food and now I'm ready to stop charging. I actually charged way past the 75% that I wanted to. I switched the car because I knew it was going to be a little bit longer, but let's go ahead and hit stop. And we hit stop there. And charging is stopped. We hit OK. And total cost, it's going to calculate. I'll let you guys know in the app how much it cost. It did release the connector here, so let's go ahead and take that out and put it back in. And like I said, I'll put on the screen how much this charging stop costs. So we charged to 81%. Let's turn the car on and get back into our navigation here. So in the navigation, we're going to go to Electrify America, which is an hour and 20 minutes away, which seems like we're making decent time here, and we will be at 34% when we get there according to Google Maps. We're about to turn into the big Electrify America station, and it's next to a massive, and I mean massive, Tesla charging station. I've never seen one that big before, but we're gonna pull in here and see what we got. All right, so we're here at Electrify America. It says plug in first, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll go ahead and plug in. And now I'm going to go on to the app, and I'm at number 7, charger number 7. And we did initiate charging. And we look to be about charging 122 kilowatt hours. So I finished at Electrify America, got something to eat, and now it's showing an hour and 7 minutes, 81 miles. I'll have 38% left when I get in Vegas. I'm charging in Vegas, like I said, so I have the car all charged up, so I don't have to worry about charging it while I'm going to my meetings and everything like that. So here I am charging at the Shell Recharge. Process was, again, very, very simple with the app. Plug everything in and you're good to go. And this is essentially just to top me off so I don't have to worry about charging while I'm in Vegas. I would have made it to my Airbnb without stopping here, but I decided to stop here to fill up to probably about 80%, 80-85%. Currently, we are at 40%, if you guys can see that, and we're going to be ready in 40 minutes. Let's go ahead and turn this on and see what so we're getting a little, this is a 180 watt charging station. We're getting 106 right now. So while I'm waiting to sort of top off, here's some thoughts on the trip so far. One, it is kind of nicer stopping twice instead of 3 times on this Vegas road trip. I've done this Vegas road trip like 3 or 4 times, and I usually just stop in Barstow and that's it. And I always, like, by the end, I just want to be done with the road trip. This has just seemed a lot easier. Second is that when it comes to charging, one, fast charging is pretty expensive. 2 is that it doesn't seem like, at least in the Prologue, that it's charging to its full fast charging speed. The first charge I stopped at was 180 kilowatts. I was charging around 90. The second one was 350 and I charged around like 115, 120. And the one I'm at now is a 180, and if I turn the car on, I'm charging at 88, 87 right now. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I was under the impression that when I put everything in the GPS, it would precondition the battery for fast charging. I don't know if that's wrong. If you guys know if I did something wrong, let me know in the comments. But overall, trip to Vegas was great. No issues. This car is extremely comfortable to drive, and especially coming from a Civic, you know, those crosswinds that you get in the desert, didn't get any of that. Very comfortable. Also, since I do have the Elite, the air-conditioned seats are amazing when you're driving, especially on your lower back. It's just great. But let's just go ahead and fast forward to the trip home. So I realized I didn't shoot that much video on the way home, but my trip on the way home was essentially the same. I stopped in Baker, and then I stopped in Victorville, and I came all the way back to San Diego. And in general, the trip was definitely a success. Now, I do have some overall thoughts. One is that charging at the fast chargers is definitely expensive. I think that it's probably around the same price as a gas car, I would say, maybe even a little bit more expensive. I think a lot of the companies like EVgo and Electrify America, they do offer like a monthly subscription thing. You can just sign up for 1 month, and I think it gives you a percentage off of each time you like fill up. I would definitely do that. Secondly, when I was in Vegas, I wanted to charge, and there are only a handful of chargers around like the Strip. That's where I was. And those were full almost all of the time. It was hard to get in there. I had to wait, and waiting, it's not like waiting at a normal gas station, right? So you can be waiting for like up to 20 to 30 minutes. So that was definitely annoying. And I know you can go into the apps and see the availability at the charger, but it shows it's open, and then by the time you get there, somebody has already came in, and again, you have to wait. So that was a little annoying. Also, especially the chargers along the route, especially the one in Baker, whoever runs the convenience store in Baker should be arrested, because I bought a bottle of water and it was $8. They're definitely preying on people who have electric cars, because that's the big electric car stop. So that was a little annoying as well. And I feel like, again, they're just preying on people, which I'm definitely not a fan of. But overall, the trip was really good. I think I was definitely conservative when it came to how much battery I had left as well. I think
when it's your first EV, you're definitely scared of running out of battery. I never felt like I was gonna run out of battery, but anytime I got below 20%, I was like kind of worried. So I think over time, I won't be as worried when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I had fun this trip and it was definitely an experience. But if you have any questions about the Honda Prologue, EV charging, EV route planning, leave it in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.